Alright, and we are live with another WWE Raw review on this November 24th, 2014, the week of Thanksgiving. Um, I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my co-host, the bizarre one, Dave. How you doing tonight? Happy birthday as well.
Thank you. I'm doing all right. Not too bad.
Alright, well, let's just jump right into this Raw. We opened up Raw with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The promo was kind of long between the two. Um, let me just get into it. She said Triple H gets angry and calls the crowd bullies. He addresses Sting and isn't sure why Sting has decided to stick his painted face in their business. Maybe it was an attempt to stand in the ring for 30 seconds with Triple H and make his career relevant somehow. Triple H says it doesn't matter because Sting's first night in a WWE ring was his last. Triple H doesn't believe WWE will last a few weeks without the Authority. He says without the Authority there was no Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, or Ryback. No other superstars and no fans. Triple H promises that fans will beg them back. Uh, and they go to leave the ring, and no other than Daniel Bryan. Music hits and comes down to do the yes chants in front of Triple H's face. It's no better man to send off the Authority than Daniel Bryan for all the things that he was put through by these guys, and Stephanie McMahon as well. What did you think about the opening segment?
I liked it. I mean, I thought Triple H did a great job tonight, and they have done a great job. It is gonna be kind of weird about seeing them on there, but we're gonna tell a little bit. But seeing Daniel Bryan return, I mean, it was smart because Sting's not there. There's no Authority. You almost needed somebody to be there that the fans really liked. And barring for them going all out and bringing some ex-Hall of Famer, huge star to come in, Daniel Bryan was really their only choice, and he hasn't been on Raw since he announced that he had to get surgery after Extreme Rules last year. So it's been a long time since he's even been on Raw. So I mean, it was good to see him again. I was shocked. So that was another one of those things that wasn't like leaked out. I don't think I didn't see it leaked out, but I mean, so it was a nice little surprise that we didn't know he was going to be there. And he was a perfect person to do this because last year at this time he was getting screwed over by the Authority.
Right, I did like how Daniel Bryan did send off the Authority. It's bittersweet about the Authority being gone because I thought Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were very good characters on TV, and they will be missed.
And the reaction they were getting tonight was like a lot similar to a kind of reaction you would get every night in the 90s. That was the type of reaction they were getting. Like, it's like, wow, they're really getting a lot of heat against them. People hate them, and it's working because you want to see them lose power, which I don't know, because I mean, we did see something after this segment. I'll let you continue on with the segment. So,
Yeah, back from the break, Daniel Bryan's in the ring. Bryan says it feels good to be here and felt good kicking the Authority out of the ring. Bryan says he's been put in charge of running Raw tonight. Bryan brings out Team Authority, Seth Rollins, Joey Mercury, and Jamie Noble, Kane, WWE United States Champion Rusev, Lana, Mark Henry, and the WWE IC Champion Luke Harper. Bryan says he's not spiteful. He's not a spiteful guy. He's fair, and he's going to prove it. Bryan makes Rollins and two partners versus John Cena and Dolph Ziggler. Fans can vote on the WWE app, and the options are Henry and Harper, Henry and Kane, and Mercury and Noble. Basically, Daniel Bryan makes a match tonight for the main event, a handicap match for Cena and Ziggler to take on Seth Rollins, and the WWE Universe votes on the app on who his tag team partners are going to be. And the choices were J&J Security, which is Mercury and Noble, Kane and Henry, and Harper and Henry. After that, Bryan addresses Kane next. Bryan asks fans if Kane should continue to be the director of operations. Of course, the crowd says no. Bryan doesn't want Kane to be jobless, but says he's no longer going to be director. Bryan says Kane's new title should be director of food and beverage. So instead of that, corporate Kane will now be concessions Kane, and he's handed popcorn and sent to the back to, I guess, to a concession stand that we later on see. I think this is the annual food segment of Thanksgiving week. How they always have
Yeah, I
like
bet
a
we
food.
get.
Um, After that, Bryan addresses Rusev. Next, he says he either has to compete in a battle royal with all the other superstars with his title on the line, or he come down to the ring with an American flag hanging and to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Lana and Rusev storm off, and Bryan makes Harper face Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship, which was the
Did you
first
ever
match.
say that?
I'm sorry?
Did Daniel Bryan say it was for the IC title? Because I don't remember him
I
saying
don't
that.
remember him saying it either, but it did end up being for the IC Championship. Um, what else happened? Oh yeah, Harper leads. Henry follows, but Bryan stops him. Bryan says Ryback has for a match against Henry to avenge his loss against him at WrestleMania, which that ended up being the opening match. Mark Henry versus Ryback.
Squash
Mark,
match.
yeah, it was pretty much a squash match. Ryback attacks Mark Henry before the match starts, which then makes Mark Henry dazed and confused, and he ends up pretty much squashing him, and the match ends up actually starting. Nothing to really talk about here. Um, Next, we go backstage with Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. Stephanie McMahon apologizes for letting him down and making him angry. Vince isn't angry. He says he's just disappointed. He put the odds against them, and what he said, because he put the odds in front of them because that's what they will face in the corporate world. Vince says that he felt that they failed him, and he doesn't like that feeling. Vince asked him how the people made them feel, and says never forget that. Vince says somehow, some way, they will fix this. Um,
They'll be back.
yeah. So Stephanie says she really is sorry, and he yells at her. He says he's never been sorry for anything, but will be sorry for spending Thanksgiving with them.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I mean, I'll say my comment. I'll say my comment that I'm gonna say about this last. We'll just continue on with the Raw review. Next, we have the IC Championship title match between Ambrose and Harper. What were your thoughts about the match and the ending?
I wasn't really surprised because we also got to think too. I know a lot of people might not agree with this, but this is my opinion on this whole night. Almost really quick is a lot of these guys were all wrestling last night for 10 to 15 minutes, and I mean, and also that Survivor Series main event went on for like 40 minutes, and Ziggler was in the whole match. So maybe they're just trying to. Maybe that's what tonight was about. Basically, giving all the guys a little break because really there was not really a lot of stuff going on tonight. There really was nothing.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, the match was good. It was hard hitting. I mean, it was kind of nice, and I thought it was kind of funny how we seen Harper versus Dean Ambrose. I thought we were going to see more of a teaming of Harper and Wyatt again, or something like that for a minute.
The two really do have really good chemistry. I really did enjoy the match. The ending, yeah, wasn't too much. Harper ends up throwing Ambrose into the referee, which then the referee calls a disqualification on Harper. You knew that WWE didn't want to have either one of them actually lose, which I guess it was smart.
I didn't think Harper was going to lose. Just lose the title anyway, because I was like, why would you take the title unless, if it was Ziggler, then maybe, but it was that. So I was like, okay. I didn't think. And Dean Ambrose doesn't need no title.
No.
I mean, so
he ends up attacking Harper after that he does the DDT on the chair. He ends up going underneath the ring to grab a ladder, I believe, and Bray Wyatt ends up attacking Dean Ambrose to continue on the feud. with their match at TLC in a TLC match, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, so next week, I'm sure even possibly this week, we'll see more of a setup for TLC being it's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah. Next, we had the Santino and Cable Guy segment. It wasn't too bad. They did what they had to do. It wasn't that bad.
I didn't mind this because basically he came out and told some jokes, and then he's a comedian, so he comes out in front of a crowd telling a couple jokes for like 3 minutes, and then he left, which wasn't bad. Some of them were actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Next, we had the WWE Tag Team Title rematch, or I guess match if you want to call it, because it's not really a rematch.
Yeah,
Stardust taking on Damien Sandow and The Miz. What were your thoughts of this match and the outcome?
I thought it was a really good match. I enjoyed the match. I mean, for a minute, I actually did believe The Miz was injured, but then after a while he kept pulling his neck. I was like, okay, it's fake. And for a minute, I thought Sandow was going to retain the titles by himself.
It looked like they were going to go down for a minute.
Yeah, then you think they're going to lose the titles, and like, okay, so he's going to blame Sandow for losing the titles now. And so they didn't do that. So, but they kept him. Miz snuck in there and got the win.
Yeah, Miz sneaks in the tag, gets in, and does a skull-crushing finale on Stardust, and picking up the win. I love how Sandow has the fake titles. I think that's so great. That made me laugh so hard when I saw that.
Yeah,
and,
but is this going to much longer though with Sandow and The Miz? I mean, they're tag champions. I mean, they're becoming more of a joke than anything.
I don't think they're a joke. I just think it's over right now, and they're gonna run with it until.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying, how long is Sandow just gonna be like? Or are they basically saying the tag division is kind of a joke because they just have like a guy who mocks his partner?
Yeah, but I mean, with Team Hell No.
No, because they both. I don't know if you can compare the. I tried to compare it a little bit last because of how over it was, but I don't know. I mean,
you have one guy that's loved, and you got one guy that's hated.
Yeah, but I don't think Daniel Bryan was really hated.
No, Kane was like I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I think that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny. It's entertaining. It is entertaining, but I just want to I don't know. I would like to see them take the tag division a little more seriously, but yeah, I mean, I would much rather see the Usos or Stardust and Goldust as the champions. But I do like them as entertainment. Yeah, they're funny to watch, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, to have him basically not even, I don't know. I'm getting it's fine, I guess. I don't know, some of it I like and then some of it I don't.
Yeah. Next we had the whole Rusev American flag thing where he kind of denies that he wants to do anything. Daniel Bryan actually comes out on the Tron and says that he's going to do it, and he's going to make sure that he's doing it because he's going to be supervised by WWE Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter. He starts making them say it, which actually was Lana. Rusev ends up grabbing a mic and throwing it and just walking out.
He never even said it, so where was the Battle Royal?
Right.
That was
Jack. He looks like he's about to hit Sergeant Slaughter, where Jack Swagger gets the save. So it looks like we're gonna see maybe another Swagger and Rusev feud.
Or this was just for the save and that's it. And it could be added to next week's special episode, so yeah. So they could do something like that.
That's possible. Next, we have the new and improved Fandango taking on Justin Gabriel.
Again, they didn't it was a rematch, and it was.
Yeah, it was on the pre-show last night.
Even care about the match.
Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, it was bad. I mean, there was CM Punk chants during the match. I mean, it was.
CM chants every night. I mean, come on, that kid's not saying much.
I mean,
there's always CM Punk chants
during that match.
Oh yeah, but I mean, they usually are pretty. I'm just saying, CM Punk chants. So to me, the match was boring, and I don't know. And the people were. So I think I heard a fan chant of trying to do like the old Fandango theme, where they're trying. I think I heard that a little bit. Heard some people trying to do the other version of it. But I mean, why does he have to be a dancer?
Who knows?
I mean, it's
Um,
just looks like Disco Inferno out there.
yeah, let's just move on. Next, we had the Big Show come out. He says he does despise the authority and talks about what they made him do last year. Show tries to explain to himself, but isn't sincere. He says if he would have known how the match turned out, he would go back. Show says he puts his body on the line for years and fans owe him one. He wants to start over. Fans chant "You sold out," and says Show starts yelling at the fans for passing judgment. This leads to Eric Rowan making his way out. So it looks
I
like
actually liked the promo with Big Show. It was actually kind of entertaining.
yeah, it was
He's
good.
like, I put my body on the line. What if you ever put your body on the line?
Yeah, it was a good promo where he was trying to get forgiveness because he
Yeah,
knew that they won and he didn't think they were gonna win. It just made a lot of sense. I enjoyed
yeah.
I, I enjoyed that segment.
He's a heel again. Lovely.
Yeah, but at least he's not feuding with with John Cena, and it's
Yeah, and he's
well,
gonna help. First time I can really remember, besides the Daniel Bryan feud a few years ago, but he's actually getting a younger superstar over, so that's kind of nice.
yeah. Next we have Brie Bella versus AJ Lee.
And
This
oh yeah, did you say about Rowan coming out?
Yeah, I talked about Rowan. And they end up getting into a little scuffle. Rowan gets over on the Big Show. Looks like maybe next week on Raw, maybe TLC, they have a match. Who knows?
Huh? Oh, you
Rowan?
mean at TLC? I thought you said we have a TLC match next week on Raw.
No, no, no. Next we have Brie Bella versus AJ Lee. Not sure if she's retiring yet or leaving WWE yet, but she ends up losing again to Brie Bella with the help of Nikki Bella. She ends up dropping a pipe bomb saying, what does she say to Brie Bella? It says it's talent is not sexually transmitted, meaning that Cena and Daniel Bryan cannot pass their talent through
No,
sex.
I think she meant that. Yeah, maybe she did mean it like that. Okay, I guess you could say that because I was like, and John Cena doesn't really have talent, but I was thinking she meant through kissing Brie.
Maybe.
That's what I was.
Or,
I thought she meant because she kissed, but you could be right too. Because I don't think John Cena has talent. I mean, yeah, he can talk and do a couple moves, but that's about it.
I mean, it could go either way. Either way you want to face it.
Yeah, I mean, she also did the little thing which said, "Let's be honest."
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Yeah. But it was interesting how they did that. But yeah, I mean, and they didn't really they talked about Daniel Bryan, but they didn't really say too much with Brie being her the husband or her wife, his wife, with the whole because she's a heel now, I guess.
Yeah.
But the match wasn't that bad. I mean, it was probably better. I don't know. Brie could have probably had a good, or Nikki could have probably had a good match with her too, but it wasn't that bad of a match.
Sure, setting up to a rematch at TLC or a triple threat match, something. Next we got Adam Rose. Oh, go ahead.
I thought when she grabbed the mic that she was gonna say I quit or something, didn't you?
Yeah, for a minute there. Next we had Adam Rose and the Bunny taking on Tyson Kidd and Italia. Oh, we just lost Dave. Let me send him an invite right back. Let's see here. This match was very, very crap. We have a bunny in a bunny suit wrestling in a match. I mean, come on now. Tyson Kidd and Talia get the win. Tyson Kidd's character I'm loving right now. Taking all the credit for everything. I just love it. He's a great competitor. He's a great in-ring wrestler. If you haven't been watching NXT lately, he's been really killing it on there the last couple of months before he's getting this little push on Raw. So, yeah, that's hopefully good things are to come with Tyson Kidd. We get another vignette from Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Woods with the New Day. Looks like they're going to be debuting next week on Raw. Pretty interested to see what goes on there. Um, let's see. After that, we also had Ryback getting into a little scuffle with Kane. Remember on the back earlier, I was talking about how Kane was now the director of concessions. He was at the concession stand selling popcorn, hot dogs, drinks, and so forth. Um, he also, what else did he? Ryback ends up going over there. They get in a little scuffle. He throws a hot dog weenie in Ryback's face, which then led into Ryback going nuts, beating up Kane, throwing ketchup and mustard in Kane's face. Um, it was just a big old craziness. You know how how WWE usually has some kind of food fight before the night ends, and it's very interesting to see how this will go. Um, but yeah, let's get to the main event. I don't know if Dave will be making it in time. I'll give him about 5 more minutes, which was Kane, gosh darn it, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler taking on Seth Rollins, and the vote was for J&J Security, which was Noble and Mercury, to take on the two. It was an all right match, to say the least. Noble and Mercury used to wrestle in the WWE, so it's not like they don't know how to wrestle. It was the match was what's the best word for it? It was what you thought you were gonna get. Some in-ring action between Noble and Mercury, have Rollins look like the stronger man. They both take Cena and Ziggler's finisher at the end. Uh, I mean, there's not so much more you could really say about that. Everybody on Twitter, at least what I saw, was not really digging tonight's Raw. Heard a lot of complaints. Um, Saying that since the Doherty's gone, but yet we're still getting the same type of Raw, which is a good point. Also, Triple H saying it earlier in the show or at the top of the hour, or what do you want to say, the beginning of the show, saying that soon you're gonna want the Authority back, meaning Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And I think he might be right, because after the show ends, we get the anonymous Raw GM segment again, which it just automatically shows up out of nowhere. We get the same tone that he drops every time that the Raw GM would say a message or have a secret email or whatever, and Michael Cole would read it. I'm not looking forward to this. The email basically said, I guess the new Raw GM is going to be debuted next week in a Cyber Monday episode. I'm guessing that's going to be a lot of you voting on what kind of matches or who's going to be in a match. I guess. I don't know. There's not much more to say about that. I don't know if Dave's going to be able to make it back. Um, if anything, maybe this coming Friday, um, we can do a SmackDown review. I know they announced on this Friday SmackDown we're going to see Miz TV with the Big Show on it. Oh, yippee, I can't wait to see probably the Big Show knock out both of them. Knock out Miz and the Miz out. Can't wait. But yeah, Raw wasn't the greatest tonight. Could have been a lot better, especially after the Survivor Series pay-per-view with Sting debuting. You would think they would drop a really good Raw. I mean, the surprise of Daniel Bryan was pretty good. Um, what else? The Dean Ambrose Luke Harper match was pretty good. The opening promo segment with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon was pretty good. You forget how good those two are in a ring. getting the crowd to just really dislike him. It was pretty good. Um, what else? Um, it was nice not seeing Big Show and John Cena be feuding again. Um, yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's not much really more to say about this Raw. It wasn't the best. It could have been a lot better, in my opinion. Um, there was a lot of filler stuff. You would think Daniel Bryan is the Raw guest host tonight. You think it would be a little bit better. Didn't really mind the celebrity segment. You know, it is what it is with that. He's just. But after that, I mean, there's not really much more to talk about. I mean, I know Dave would love to probably finish this Raw review, but I'm probably going to end it here. He messaged me saying his phone died, and I haven't really heard back from him since. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up, unless he miraculously shows in the next 30 seconds. We appreciate everybody watching. As always, we thank everybody for watching our Survivor Series review show. We're almost at 1,000 views on that. I can't believe it. I really do appreciate everybody checking that out, subscribing to our channel, sharing our video, anything like that. We really do appreciate it. Like I said, we will no longer do TNA reviews until they debut on Destination America next year in January. All these next TNA impacts are all going to be review shows, highlight shows of impacts we've already reviewed or, not really want to talk about very much. Um, but maybe since Dave got cut off during this show, maybe we can do a SmackDown review this Friday night if he's not too busy. If I'm not too busy, I'm pretty sure, the holidays coming up. Everybody's going to be busy doing shopping and spending time with their family. So, we never know about these videos. But we do appreciate everybody watching this last video we did on Survivor Series and this video we do tonight as well. We will be back, as always, doing Monday Night Raw reviews next Monday. It's a Cyber Monday Raw. So I expect a lot of, I'm not really sure, probably voting on the app or something like that throughout the day. But anyways, I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Hope that everybody can check us out next Monday and everybody can subscribe and like our channel tonight. Thanks everybody for watching, and everybody have a great night. Thanks everybody.